What's going on, Facebook? So it is Thursday at 12 o'clock, and I've got Jarad Koupe here with me. He is a salesperson for Keystone Chevrolet in Sandy Springs, Oklahoma. I wanted to give everyone an opportunity to get on Facebook Live, not just the talking heads in the industry, but more so the actual people who are working every day inside the dealership, and get some insight on what their day looks like, what their challenges look like. And talk a little bit about that and just open a little dialogue. I want to remind everyone that this is not a session for you to bash on people. If they don't compare to you, go compare yourself somewhere else. This is just to hear about Jarad's day and let him share some of what he's doing to help himself in the business and on social media. So Jarad, let's start with. How long have you been? Let's start with your age. How old are you?
Yeah, thanks, Jason. So I'm 23.
You're 23 years old, so you're still pretty young. Yep. How long have you been in the car business?
So I've been in the car business for about 3 years. In the middle of that, there was about 6 months. I decided to lease apartments and thought there was better money here, so I came back.
So you've been in the car business off and on for about 3 years. Left once and came back. I'll tell you, I'm about 20 years in the business, and I've tried to leave a couple times, and it just kind of wrangles you back in. So good luck getting away from the car business. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world. And you work at a Chevrolet store right now. How long have you been at this store?
I've been at this store since Saturday.
Since Saturday. So this is a new dealership for you. And before that, you previously worked at what dealership?
I was at Buy Here, Pay Here, called Tulsa's Best Auto, and it's a pretty cool place.
Okay. And at that store, how many cars a month were you selling?
I was about 11 to 13. I'd like to say I hit that 15 mark. I just didn't hit it yet.
Right. So you're young. You're still in that 11 to 13. You're in that 10 to 15 range. You're obviously using social media as part of your selling process. What are some things you do on social media to help you, in your job?
What I've seen the most is just, believe it or not, the free posts, just in Marketplace. Paid ads help you a lot too, but if you're just starting out and you're not ready to take that step yet and make that financial decision, just stuff like regular posting the vehicles, and you'll get responses that way. And beyond that, actually, what I've tried today, you can actually check it out on my page. I did a tutorial video showing customers, how to check your oil, how to check your tire tread and know where that's at, and other fluids and stuff like that, and just kind of helping people in other ways and just getting attention like that.
Yeah, I saw a couple of videos on your page when I was looking at it. As far as your customers, how many of your customers do you add to your Facebook page?
I don't add any customers to my personal Facebook page. I keep in touch with them through texting mostly and through dealership software.
And what's holding you back from adding them to your personal Facebook page?
To be honest, Jason, I've actually never thought about that. That's probably some good rapport technique there. I haven't tried that.
Yeah, I would highly recommend adding as many of your customers to your personal Facebook page as possible. It's really like a big CRM that you can get a message out to a lot of people. I know Frank is on here, and he's one of the top salesmen in the country. He does about 100 cars a month, believe it or not. And he uses his personal Facebook page pretty extensively.
Farley, when his door's open, just leave it now.
Thanks, sir.
And he uses his personal Facebook page pretty extensively. So I would recommend that you do use your personal Facebook page and you add as many of your customers as possible. I mean, if you have a customer that just it doesn't seem like you guys are going to get along, you just sold them a car, and I'm probably not going to get along with this person, which we all kind of run into. Then maybe not. But the majority of your customers are people just like you. And they're open to building relationships, and it's a great way to really start to build a solid relationship with a customer. Because I can tell you, referrals are probably the best kind of customer and the best kind of car deal that you're going to want is to get a referral. You had some other talking points on there. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up that you're doing on social media or talk about?
Yeah, so I mean, ultimately, when it comes down to it, what I'm effectively trying to do is just, like in a way, make friends. So these videos I'm making, it's almost like becoming a public figure, which is more found in real estate. But once you apply that in car sales, you get everybody's attention, and once someone starts thinking about like, oh, I want a car, immediately they start thinking, oh, Jarad Koupe over there at Keystone Chevrolet, and that's kind of what we're trying to get done over here. Is for the most part, and not necessarily, like I said earlier, not necessarily like an online celebrity per se. It's a little far for what we're trying to get done. But like I said, a public figure. When someone thinks about buying a car, they think of your name. And everybody should have your phone number. Now, some salespeople don't agree with it, and I totally understand not having your personal cell phone number out there. There's other means like Google Voice and things like that, but I like for my customers to be able to text or call me personally anytime before 9 p.m. and answer any questions and stuff like that, because if they're wondering at all or they're going to change their mind, if you have a chance to talk to them before that, text them or something like that, I think that's a really good chance to do that. So I think everybody should have your phone number for sure.
I definitely agree with the phone number, and I think you should probably just use your phone number if the dealership's requesting you use one of theirs. One thing that Frank kind of pointed out regarding that your comments is everyone wants to know a guy or gal when it comes to buying a car. Buying a car can be an intimidating process, and if you know someone in the business and you've done business with a salesperson before, and you enjoyed the process when you were buying a car from that salesperson, on your Facebook page makes it so they feel they start to know you. You mentioned your videos on your Facebook wall, but I actually went to your Facebook wall and I scrolled down a little bit. And I think one of the things that a lot of people overlook is I see a picture of you and it looks like your daughter. Is that your daughter, Abby?
Yes, sir.
Does she have her own Facebook page already?
No, she has her own tag, so only me and my wife can tag her in pictures and stuff. That way she has a chance to look back when she's a little bit older, but she does not have her own page. Just for safety reasons, she doesn't have her actual page yet.
Yeah, I get it. So that picture of you and your daughter, I mean, that's the personality that needs to come across to customers when they're on your personal page. That's where you're going to build the relationships with them so that they feel like they know a guy that is in the car business, that's going to treat them right, that's not going to lie to them, that's going to give them a good car buying experience, that's going to help you get to that next level. The only reason that Frank can do the volume that he does isn't by taking ups that come on the lot. It's because the majority of people that are buying cars from him already know him or someone that does know him and they trust him. And it makes the process a lot smoother. So keep up the content of your daughter, your family, who you are, the things that you enjoy in life, the things that drive you in life. That's what's going to help you build those relationships. Was there anything else on the paper that you wanted to talk about?
Well, actually, just I wanted to touch on how amazing it is to actually make those videos, and if you have fun with it, I think there's a lot more. There's a lot of doors to be opened when it comes to making videos and stuff. And one thing I really just wanted to touch on when it comes to posting stuff, I've actually found that using maybe a couple fun emojis and very little text in your posts gets the most response. Big, long, drawn out, this car's got the 3.5, the 17-inch, all that stuff that goes in depth with the car actually doesn't help you as much, I've found personally, as a quick post, a couple details about the car, and then stuff like that, a couple emojis that might get people's attention, stuff like that. I think that helps me the most, I think. So
yeah, definitely informational videos. Both of your videos seem to be informational. One of them about health checks, and I can't seem to find the other one. I think the other one was about credit, wasn't it? Or was that maybe an older one? I think that was an older one from the 16th about credit and your credit scores and things like that. I think bringing value to your audience is key. Now the one thing that you're kind of lacking is the audience. Is you got to build that audience and start adding people. How often do you add people onto your Facebook page?
I take requests. Anybody who ever tries to friend request me, I always approve them unless it's something that's not a real page or it's not legitimate. So I maybe unfortunately 2 or 3 a week. I could definitely see myself. I probably should reach out more and add people myself. It's just something that's just been brought to my attention. It sounds like definitely a door I should have already opened.
Yeah, there's definitely, if you go to Facebook on your desktop, when you go to Facebook and then there's when you hover over the little friends icon, there's a link at the very top that says find friends. And then when you click find friends, it gives you a bunch of suggestions of people. I use it that way when I add people because it shows a little blip about where they were. It just gives a little more details on the friends. And then I just randomly add people. I'll go through in a day and I'll add 150 people on my Facebook page, and I'm constantly adding and removing people from my Facebook page. I have to remove now because I reached 5,000. But I'm constantly adding and removing so that I can continue to get more and more people into my network that are actually engaging with my content. I want to get as many people out that aren't engaging and put more people in to give them a chance to engage with my content, because not everyone's going to see my content of value. Only certain people are going to see my content as valuable. Right. And I want those people in my network as opposed to people who don't see it as valuable. So I would recommend adding some more people to your Facebook page. You do have a pretty good, you're posting often enough that you can build relationships with people. And pictures of the babies, I can't tell you anymore. Family, babies, things like that. That's what people are really going to latch onto and really start to build a relationship with you. That's what it's about. It's about building relationships with people in mass, people that you can bring value to. Anything else? That's all you got on your paper there?
Yeah, I was hoping those would take me a little bit longer to get through, but I got through them all already.
How long have you been following me? How long have we been friends on Facebook?
Actually, this happened, just a few days ago, 4 or 5 days ago, and then I started seeing what you were doing, which is incredible work. You don't need me to tell you that, but was super impressed, and so I just started listening to everything you're doing and just kind of following you, and I guess that's just kind of how this happened.
So I probably added you in my last batch of ads. One thing that I'll give you a suggestion on is make sure you know what your profile looks like when you're logged out of Facebook. So when you're not a friend of you, because one thing that happens is if you don't make your content public, and the only thing that is public is a bunch of shares, so you're just resharing stuff. And I haven't looked at yours to know if that's the case, but then when you add people and they go and look at your wall and they're like, oh, all this guy does is reshare content, then they're less likely to accept it. So you want to have some public stuff that, like your children, things like that can be public, that when they go to your wall, they see, hey, this person's posting more than just spammy stuff that I don't really want to see. Why do you love the car business? Why are you in the car business?
Well, for me, I've always loved cars since before I could reach the sink. And I have a good time talking with people usually. I mean, if you can have a good interaction with someone, and I feel like I've had a couple moments in my career already where you truly just change someone's life for the better. And as soggy as it may sound, that's really what I'm in it for, because that's the kind of stuff I can look back and be proud of myself for.
Hey, I'm in it for the same thing. It's a little different. I don't help consumers. I help dealers, but I've been able to help dealers be successful. And I love cars, and that's what really kept me in the business. I think that a love for cars is kind of important. Don't lose that love for cars. A lot of times people will spend time in this business and lose sight of that love of cars, and they become commodities. And honestly, I think we all have to keep that love for cars in our head. What's your favorite car? What would you pick if money wasn't a factor?
Well, it'd have to be between two cars, and this will sound a little weird. It'd be between a '69 Mustang or a '98 Eclipse GSX all-wheel drive.
A '98 Eclipse, huh?
Yeah,
GSX Mustang. Those are pretty opposite there.
Yeah, so
like
that's where that. Yeah, that's where that 23 years old comes into play. Not sure yet.
You're not sure yet. What you don't know if you want to be a muscle car or a tuner?
No, I'll have both.
You'll have both?
Yeah.
You have both?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I'll have to have a 5 or 10 car garage or something.
Bro, don't be on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
At all.
All right, man. I'll let you go so you don't get. Well, thanks for jumping on here. Make it a great day. Sell some cars, man.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, peace.